We started with 3,500 of these. We have less than 1,000 remaining. And listen to this. This is the final presentation. So if you are wanting to see these, hear about these, learn about these, get these, you want to do it right now. They are fragrant. They are beautiful. We're going to talk more about this. We'll show you how it comes. We'll show you how it looks as it grows. But this is going to be a 1-gallon plant that you're going to get. These are called proven winners at last. Rose live plant, $27.84. A lot of people are getting more than one set. And just remember, this is a special, special low price that you get at QVC too, because it's a today's bonus buy. It's like a today's special value on the main channel. So Derek is coming back in. And first of all, I want to say this about Roberta's. Roberta's has been here for 20 years on QVC. It's an entire family that really started with the grandmother, and then we've met the grandsons, and then these are the grandsons of the grandsons. And anyway, there's a lot of family involved. But the thing is Roberta's always brings us what I say, hard to find, easy to grow. And so when they're a little harder to find, it's really because they are a little more exotic. They're a little bit more, you know, they're not necessarily what you're going to find in your typical gardening store. So Derek, with that, hop in. Let's talk about these, the proven winners.
Yeah, excellent introduction. Thank you. So this is called the At Last Rose. And the reason why is because the breeders, when they finally came up with it after many years of tinkering to get the best rose in the world, they went, at last, we finally did it. Because roses, it's a love-hate relationship with gardeners. I mean, roses are one of those beautiful, iconic, fragrant flowers, and one of the hardest, most obnoxious, you know, difficult to keep alive plants in the garden at the same time. You know, if you've ever grown tea roses or a lot of these other kinds of roses, I mean, there's so much to think about. Acidity, how am I going to cut the flower? You know, how am I going to prune this thing? What we're looking at here is a rose that you don't have to think about. If you're a brand new gardener, this one's for you. If you're experienced, this is for you. It's fragrant, like you said.
Oh, I just smelled it. Nails. I had not smelled it before. This smells amazing.
It's the perfect rose fragrance that you love from like an essential oil. That's exactly this kind of rose. But it gets better than that, because this is a rose that's disease resistant. It is one that you don't have to worry about, because it's a shrub rose. You don't have to worry about how you cut the flowers so that it's going to, you know, stem off in this way or that way. No thinking about soil acidity. They do like full sun. And I want to talk a little bit about proven winners, because you see their name on the pot here, or in the Dubner. And what that is proven winners is a group that grows hard to find but easy to grow plants. Sounds like us, right? So when we met a few years ago, we said, oh my gosh, this is a marriage made in heaven. Let's work together to produce some of these really amazing plants. And so proven winners and Roberta's have worked to provide and, you know, grow large numbers of this At Last rose to bring to QVC. If you want to look on the internet, for example, you could find this same plant for a lot more money. And we feel happy for bringing it here at a really affordable, I mean, 1-gallon pot shipped. It's the largest size pot we offer in a rose. And you can see just the beauty. The color here is spectacular. It is a rare color for a rose. It is that perfect, almost sunset orange, or like a sunburst color, starburst color. You almost want to eat it. And you can see how prolific of a bloomer it is.
Right, it really is. I'm going to show you the 1-gallon pot. And then this is how it's going to ship. In fact, I mean, and here's the other thing about you know, if you've never bought flowers on QVC, they don't ship out right now, because you might say, well, it's Minnesota and it's 30 below or whatever. The fact is that these are not going to ship to you until it's time in your part of the country. They go by your zip code. when it's time in your part of the country to plant them, that's when they arrive. So it's kind of like when they arrive, that's when you should plant them. But if you look, there's little buds all over this guy right here. And that just shows you how they come ready to roll. So let me ask you this. I just want to say, if you can kind of, look at the wide a little bit. This is how it comes, Derek. This is an actual plant. How old is this basically? How long does it take to go from this to that? And we'll show the whole size.
1 year from the time that you get it.
Wow. So will I see flowers this year?
Oh, definitely. I mean, just like you saw on the Shipped as Shown.
Yeah.
There's actually, earlier today, Dan Hughes counted there was 15 flower buds on that one plant.
Yeah. I haven't even counted them, but that's probably right. So I'm going to get flowers this year. Then it's a perennial, so it comes back. So we're talking next spring when these roses come up, they're going to look like this. And so here's the question. We're going to give you this 1 gallon. So tell me a little bit about the height and the spread, and then I'll give some more information because I want people to understand how much it's going to take up, how much room it's going to take, so they know how many to buy.
Definitely, yeah. So these get, at mature size, they get around 3 foot by 3 foot, which is great because it's a manageable size. It's got a nice round habit to it. You're going to have a lot of ability to see all the flowers. They're not like these ones that grow up real tall and want to fall over or something like that. No staking, nothing necessary.
Wow. Okay, here's what I need you to know. We started with 3,500 of these plants, and that was at 11 a.m. this morning. It's right now 8 p.m. Eastern time, and we have 900 left. 900 left. People have been buying them by 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, etc. And the reason I say that is because, like, my husband grows roses. I mean, everybody that comes to our place always says, oh my gosh, the roses are gorgeous. And the fact is that I think when it's really kind of like a wow is when you have a few or several. And so, yes, if you're just going to do it in a beautiful container, maybe you only need 1 or 2. But if you're going to put it in the ground, and by the way, this is zones 5 to 9, which basically is going to mean what, Derek?
You can grow this all the way up to, above Indiana, Michigan, and all the way down south. Maybe if you're at the very tip of Florida, it may be a little bit warm.
Too hot, yeah.
But most of the country is going to be able to grow this. And I love your point about the wow factor and having multiple plants. I mean, the thing is, people shy away from growing roses because they had bad luck with them, or they just have heard that they're harder to do. It is one of those almost like golden medals of honor for gardeners to be able to grow good roses in the garden. But this makes it easy. It was bred, it was created to not only have spectacular color that you never see in a rose.
Right. It's, you know what it is like? It's like a creamsicle. It's literally like a creamsicle color. And I mean, my husband brought me roses today, brought home roses for me, and they were big and beautiful and all that jazz, but they didn't really have much scent to them. This one is so fragrant, and it's a gorgeous fragrance. It's soft and it's beautiful, but it's there. I mean, you really smell it. I think this is exceptional. It does have the thorns, and remind us once again, why are these the ones to get?
Yeah, so first of all, they're the easiest to grow. They've been bred to be so easy. You could be a brand new gardener. They're disease resistant. They're shrub roses, so they don't have all this complexity with how to prune. Like, pruning roses is a big deal with all other types of roses. Here, just let them do their thing. They're always going to look good. Yeah. Plus, like we said, you do get this amazing color. You do get this amazing fragrance on a plant that's fast growing, that maintains its own shape. And lastly, I want to say that this is the result of many years of tinkering with rose. Like, you take 2 flowers, you mix the pollen together to get a rose that was truly spectacular.
Right.
And not all roses are like that. That's why they called it At Last Rose, because
Right.
you know there was so much involvement to try to get the perfect rose. And that's what we feel this is. So, you know, we
And
don't offer a lot of roses, but we
Right.
have this one because it's so special.
And a proven winner. That's why it's called that. Now fewer than 800 rose plants to go around, and you're going to get it like this. You're going to plant it when it arrives, because it's not going to arrive till it's ready to be planted in your part of the country. And here's the other thing. There's a gotta grow guarantee that comes with this. Explain that, Derek. What's the Roberta's guarantee?
Well, before we talk about the guarantee, I want to say that you get an instruction guide here
Yes.
that talks about everything you'll ever need to know with growing this at Last Rose. You know, if you open it up, look at all that information there. Where to plant it, when it's going to grow, you know, what to do for winter time, all that sort of stuff. And then on the back, you know, there's contact information. But the guarantee is basically, you know, you give us a call if you need a new plant. If you need questions asked, we have master gardeners on the line. You know, we have some of the best customer service in the country, I feel, because we're a small family business and we really take pride in what we're doing. So we're going to be there with you every step of the way.
And there's fewer than 700 left. If you want to get Roberta's Bounty all-purpose plant food, that's less than $20. I'll give you the item number, M61691. M61691. Derek, thank you so much. Hey, I think I'm going to see you a little later, unless one of your other buddies come in. But basically, we've got more Robertas coming up throughout the evening.